Okay, here's my hot take, because I've literally seen so many people online like, oh, this is my hot take, this is my hot take, and I'm literal like Miss freaking unofficial opinion, and I haven't given you guys a hot take yet. Like, what? Anyways, my hot take is that the match that was played today, India and Sri Lanka, the T20 that was played today, I think that was more exciting and more interesting to watch than the T20 final. Yeah, I said it. Deal with it. Bear with it. Come at me if you want to. Anyways, what I'm saying here is so much happened this match. You know, first off, Suryakumar Yadav bowling, Rinku Singh bowling, these guys aren't really all-rounders, you know? And to have them bowl, like, and pick up 2 wickets as well, mind blown. I mean, listen, I was so, like, tense, right? Okay, Sri Lanka needs, 9 runs off of the last 2 overs. Who's going to come and defend it? You know, after Khalil Ahmed had a rough, over, he gave a lot of wides. But that was okay, because he's still new to all this and he's still getting used to it. One thing that's so great about India is all this teamwork, right? Siraj came up to him, Siraj talked to him, calmed him down, and then everything after that was fine. It's good to always have this teamwork, to never be too stressed or too worried. That's partially what tied into the whole Rinku, Suryakumar, decisions. So, right, I'm sitting there on my couch. It's last 2 overs of the game. 19th over is about to, 18th, their 19th over is about to start, right? 9 needed off of 12 balls. I'm like, who's going to come out? And then I see Rinku Singh. I'm like, huh? And then he starts, and he picks up 2 wickets. So first off, I'm like, mind blown, okay? And then I see the little, like, sidebar thing where it says what bowler's going to bowl next. So first I see Mohammad Siraj there, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I thought Siraj was going to come. And then it changes, and I see Suryakumar, and I'm like, huh? Suryakumar Yadav. And in walks the Indian T20I skipper, and he picks up 2 wickets too. I mean, what a match, man. And he ties the game. And then there's a super over. Like, I just was not able to process all of this. I was so nervous and excited and all these emotions from start to end. I'm so glad I woke up early. Well, early as in 7, but still early for me to watch this match. Thank God it rained out. Well, not thank God, but thank God it was a little late, so I got to see the whole match. So why was this match so important? Why was winning this series so important? I wouldn't say it was particularly so important like India had to win, but it gave India a very good look if they won, because it was a newer team with a newer, Okay, here's my hot take, because I've literally seen everyone online doing these, like, oh, this is my hot take towards this is my hot take towards that. Like, I haven't done a hot take, and I miss freaking unofficial opinion. Like, come on, guys. Anyways, my hot take is that I enjoyed today's match. I thought it was more exciting, more crazy, more, oh my God, like, so tense, so nervous, and everything, like, feeling it at once. Today's T20I, the third T20I against Sri Lanka in the India Tour of Sri Lanka series, more than the actual T20 World Cup final. Okay, there, I said it. I mean, you feel how you want to feel. But if you look at it this way, don't get me wrong, the T20 final was great. I was so nervous, so scared, and the end result, obviously, everyone loves, But this match, I mean, come on. Suryakumar Yadav bowling, Rinku Singh bowling, the last 2 overs, Rinku Singh bowling the death, like the 19th over, and Suryakumar Yadav bowling the 20th over. Mind blown. And not to mention, both of them picking up 2 wickets too, like they're not even getting hammered. And then Suryakumar tying the game and going into a super over, and then getting Sri Lanka all out for 2 in the super over, and then finishing off the super over in 1 ball when Surya hits a 4. Like, that's a lot to process, and that was such an exciting match to see. So, very good thing that the match got rained out a little bit. So, it was at 11, because I woke up at 11. Whoa, match rained out a little bit. It was supposed to start at 6:30, but it started at 7, and I woke up at 7, so I got to watch it. Now, why is this series so important? Or at least, why is there so, much more hype and much more, media and everything on this series? Well, you might have guessed it by now, but India has a new skipper, a new captain, and a new head coach. We ended the Dravid era, and we were welcomed into the Gautam Gambhir era, and it has been great so far. Gautam Gambhir is really funny to watch when the match is going on, right? Because he just sits there like this, and sometimes he'll smile, and he might, be surprised a little bit, but it's very hard to read his face. So you know, with other coaches, you can see them smiling, clapping, all this. Gambhir's like this stone cold rock. And who cares how Gambhir looks and whatnot? Because, you know, people don't come to see him smile. They see it, as he said, they come to see him play. They come to see results. That's exactly what Gambhir and Sky are delivering. I love this new captaincy duo, and I think it's working. Captaincy coach duo, and I think it's working really well together. I mean, India got a clean sweep against Sri Lanka in the India Tour of Sri Lanka T20 series, 3-0, 3 for no loss, 3-0, whatever you want to say. And this series was or at least I was so excited to see this series because this series showcased so many new youngsters. You know, these guys who had played the Tour of Zimbabwe and got selected to play on the team and who like performed so much in IPL. You know, we got Khalil Ahmed, this guy, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, Washington Sundar, right? All these players, they might not be like, they may be old or they may be young or whatnot and stuff. Like Sanju Samson, I'd say he's relatively like older compared to someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal, right? But they all like, because India is so big, right? And India has so many players, they haven't really gotten the opportunity. And I'm sure they're all great players, but sometimes there's been someone who is better fit for that role. You know, so seeing all of them play today was so great. I mean, Rinku Singh, Shivam Dubey, right? The partnership between Riyan Parag and Shubman Gill was so crucial because that's what helped us get the score of 137. If it wasn't for that partnership, the story would have been completely different. And man, can we just talk about Indian bowlers taking the game back to them again? I mean, we've seen this in the T20 final against South Africa, right? We saw this in the game against Pakistan. That was such a low-scoring game. The Indian bowlers completely pulled that game back. And even the new generation, they're still doing it now. You know, this match especially because so many big players, you know, these experienced players were rested. You know, we had no Aksar, we had no Arshdeep, no Hardik, and no Pant, right? And so in came Washington Sundar, in came Riyan Parag, Rinku Singh, all these guys, right? And we got to see them perform. And they came on stage and they did perform, you know, they stepped up to the occasion. With the fielding and everything, great fielding efforts from everyone. Yashasvi, Bishnoi, man, Bishnoi is a great fielder and Bishnoi is a great bowler too. Got a little hammered today, but Bishnoi, I feel like he's one of those big spinners for the future. He's going to be someone you can count on to depend on. Washington Sundar, another big player, I think, for the future. He is a good all-rounder. He can come in and bat. He played pretty well today. Coming in fairly late and scoring like 25 off of 18 is great when you're at that position. And Washington Sundar also won player of the match, as he should. He picked up 4 wickets, 2 in the super over and 2 in the actual match. I think all of Team India really came together and worked as a whole today. And even when things went wrong, you know, like dropped catches or like when Sanju Samson like dropped one of the like wicket keeping catches, or the boundaries weren't saved or anything, there was no stress, there was no pressure. It was just to enjoy the game and to have fun. And when we see that kind of captaincy, we see that kind of environment with the team, everything goes the team's way. You know, when you start to put the pressure on, then it messes with your head a little and you can't perform well. Also, like, we can see this with like Surya and Rinku bowling the last 2 overs. When someone was interviewing Riyan Parag about this and they asked him about it, he just said, oh, we just wanted to have fun. And even when there were slip-ups and drop catch and everything, Surya Kumar Yadav just showed us how great of a captain he is. He would come pat them on the back, it's okay, he'd be smiling. I don't think Surya's smile ever dropped once in the game. He was such a happy captain, and he was leading by example because that set a good team environment. With a good team environment, that let India take the game back into their hands, you know, after the Sri Lanka like middle order batting collapse. Now Sri Lanka had a great start, you know, assisted by the pitch too because there had been some rain earlier, and this was a difficult pitch to bat on because it was relatively dry. There was more swing from the ball. So the Sri Lankan bowlers picked up a lot of wickets despite Patirana not being there, you know, their main bowler. He got injured by his shoulder, you know. So all in all, I think this game was a success, and I think this game is a positive because it showcased all these youngsters, you know, this future for Team India, and it showcased that they're not less in talent, less in potential. Basically, that India is in safe hands with these youngsters. You know, at one point in this game, it was 30 off of 30 balls. Does that sound familiar to anyone? I mean, the Indians have done it once, the Indian team will do it again, and the Indian team will continue to do it. India is this dominant powerhouse cricket, And they do this by good captaincy, good coaching, overall good team and environment. And the youngsters have so much potential, so much future. And this is our squad for the 2026 World Cup, T20 World Cup, 2027 ODI World Cup. This is our future, and our future is shining bright. So I'm so excited, and can't wait to see what happens in the ODIs against Sri Lanka.